So it's Friday and I got some cool stuff on Fridays, as you always do, and the first thing that you're seeing is of course the Woodcock Road banner, which I think is a cool thing. I ordered this online, so quite interested to see what that was looking like. I've got stickers made, so I'm putting them more or less everywhere, and the final item that we got in today's package is t-shirts. Yeah, so quite happy with all that as it is, and it's progressing nicely. As I said, it's Friday, so now I'm actually allowing myself to drink beer and make videos, which I think is an awesome combination, really. So this is our big L, which is absolutely packed with raspberries and blueberries. Lots of hops to it, so fantastic aroma on this. Got some tweaking to do on the recipe, but it ain't a million miles off, so that's pretty cool. Massively drinkable, really sort of good bits of aroma. I like to tweak it a bit to get more hops, less fruit, so there's a balance between those two. But overall, pretty good first try, gotta say myself. Will we empty the keg? Yes, we probably will. Today we probably shouldn't be doing that. So it's Friday, so it's always interesting to see what have we done in the brew house. So the first thing is, of course, that we've got something fermenting, so we'll see if we can do this in a sensible way. So you see we're at 1.028, it's 27, so that's still moving down nice and proper. Have another look at the banner, pretty cool. So there is it. It's slowed down quite a bit in the fermenter. One of the things that I have modified that I've kind of posted earlier is the Cornelius keg adapter. So that's enabling me. I've got a CO2 bottle there so I can purge, and I've got a spunding valve for when I want to finalize the fermenter. Now it's basically just blowing off through the blow off valve, but I can close that. I can manage the pressure if I'm around. I can manage the temperature here, and I can monitor it all with the tilt, which is incidentally connected to the Brewfather app, so I can sit and follow this online, which is pretty awesome. Got a bit of a fermentation. I took a hydrometer reading to make sure that the tilt ain't messing me up, and right now it's sitting there right where it should do, and I'm quite happy with that, and it's giving me a bit of peace of mind, so I'll just leave it alone. It's to go to about 1.015, so I mashed this pretty high, and yeah, you see we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on YouTube, so I'm pretty pleased. I see I could have done something a bit differently with the placing of the Instagram logo being on top of the Facebook logo. Hey, I'm an amateur when it comes to these things. Got me microphone taps, which I think are pretty awesome, and all in all it's an awesome setup. And there you have the big L. Can you see the colour coming off that, and it gets a little bit of a different light to it? That is pretty awesome. So everything's more or less progressing quite nicely here and without any hiccups, so I'm happy with that. It's at 18 degrees, it's going up to 21 tomorrow evening, so that is going to be massively exciting to see how that pans out, and what that does to the fermentation. It's had 5 days on at 18, and it's going to have another 5 on 21, and we'll see how low she goes. And I think that's going to be quite awesome. It's a West Coast IPA this time round. It's had more or less every clearing agent you can think of, so Whirlflock, skimming, Brewer's Clarex in with it. And when it's done, it will have a very, very heavy cold crash. And if it's at final gravity after 10 days, I reckon I will cold crash it, and potentially, I don't know what I'm going to do with the dry hopping now that I have the opportunity to really purge the fermenter. I may dump the hops in there and really purge the keg, or the fermenter, sorry, and then just run it to the keg that way. And I'm considering if I can do that via the filtration system, so I wouldn't have to go from keg to keg transfer, but I'd move it via the filter to the keg first time round, so saving me 1 round of transfer, which I think could be awesome. And you see, got stickers on here everywhere, and really sort of having fun with this. So I hope you enjoy it. I know I do. Starting to plan next brew, and I'm at massive odds ends with myself, so if anybody has any opinions, you're welcome to bring them on. My initial thought was for another milkshake, but with a pineapple mango kind of take on that. Since then, I've been really intrigued by the Brut IPA, the super dry alpha amylase driven IPA, because I do think it's a cool idea to get this really, really crystal crisp beer. Very light malts. I mean, it's Pilsner malts, and you may put some wheat in there, and you'd put in up towards 30% maize, and nuke that with like New England IPA, milkshake IPA, loads of hops, and I'm like, oh, that is going to be awesome. The danger is that you'd mess up the bitterness, and that you'd end up with something that's pretty catty and kind of give you the litter box taste going down, and that's not what I want. I'd want a kind of a tropical, really sort of dry, fruit juicy, but with the IPA DNA. So got some research left to do there. I've got from Espen at Altid, he gave me some Norwegian farmhouse yeast, so I've been kind of racking my brain on what I could use that for, and that was kind of an idea for the milkshake. So what can I say? That would be very interesting also with the Brut, so I may do that. So as you can see, I've got a week to go, luckily, or so, before I have to make any big decisions, and we'll see how this all pans out. But by and large, the equipment is working brilliantly. Everything's going to plan, and that keeps the brewer a happy campus, particularly when the brewer has beer, which always helps quite a bit. Oh, I wish you were here for this, because this is what they would say, good stuff. I'm still working with this whole camera thing, so hopefully you can bear with me on this one and kind of get that, yeah, this guy is not a professional when it comes to camera. The audio should be good because in theory I am an audio specialist. That's what I do. That's my day job, is professional audio. So luckily I get to bring cool gear home from Sennheiser, and that helps me quite a lot in making these videos sound good. And I think they generally do sound good, they just don't look too good yet, so we've got to work on that. But that's what we got the banner for, so now we're looking dead professional and stuff like that. And it gives me the opportunity to put it out outside on the wall of the house when the missus isn't here. So we'll see how we dare to do that, and we'll get back to you later, probably next week, when it's time to kind of get to the nitty gritty of the IPA. So take care, subscribe, follow Woodcock Road Brewery on Instagram or on Facebook, and keep on brewing. Cheers, and have a good weekend and all that.